And then you always get to add that extra flex and get all sorts of pampering kind of experiences throughout the year. You can check all of that out on hsn.com. We move on to Claire. Claire, we do have in 4 colors, but I give you fair warning, we are limited on this one. Such a cute one.
She isn't cute,
Oh
isn't
my
she?
gosh,
Oh,
all
precious.
leather upper. We've got this
Look
in the
at this.
navy, the cognac. We've got black, and then look at that beautiful champagne that Laura's
Gorgeous.
holding.
Yeah, I love the color blocking on a couple of these things. So the navy that you're talking about has a little bit of color blocking in there. The cognac does not have color blocking. The black is solid, does not have color blocking. But then the champagne has a little champagne, almost like a taupey nude around the ankle.
Such a good shoe.
And a very beautiful, light, gentle hint of metallic gold, but very gentle. So I consider this very much a neutral shoe. This buckle is also a faux buckle. It looks very real. It is wrapped in leather, but here it is with the hook and loop closures behind the back. We do this on purpose because buckles can become cumbersome. They can be difficult to get on and get off, even for those of us who are young. But when you start to get older, the dexterity starts to get a little bit harder, whereas the hook and loop closure is very sturdy, but yet you want that look of the buckle where it's pretty. Also, by the way, this buckle now is not going to rub up against your skin on the inside because it has the other material there that's that way too.
I'm loving this. Oh,
this is so cute, isn't it? So you can see the arch support that's built in, our microfiber lining. Our inserts are inside of here. So our orthotic insert is built into the shoe, but it's hidden with this adorable cork outer. Look how pretty that is. So hidden completely with that. And then, of course, the rubber outsole. It has our signature Aetrex foam bed, which we haven't really talked about, but I'm going to show you here a little bit, see if I can get it on the camera angle. This wraps around the outside of your heel. So if you're somebody who's dealing with plantar fasciitis, all of that pain that goes right there in the center of your heel as you walk is actually reduced, because what we do is we put the weight of your body around the outside, and we give this little sort of like a little dip for your heel to go into, so it doesn't have all that pressure going right onto the heel. Also, we give you metatarsal pad support here up in the front, so it helps prevent the toe crunching from happening in the front to try to keep your shoes on. And if you have burning in the forefront and under the ball of your feet and that forefront of your foot, it helps to prevent that there also.
Something that you can actually visibly see on this one is the intense arch support. I should say intense, but extreme arch support, which I personally need. But I hear from everybody, even if you don't have a higher arch like I do, it's not too much.
It's not. Well, so if you have flat arches, if you have flat feet, you need arch support, right?
That's it.
Because your feet aren't in the right position.
Exactly.
If you have high arches, you need arch support. If you have regular arches, you need arch support because you need to support your body and to get it in that proper alignment that we've been talking about and looking at. The reason why it's not too much is actually because of that machine you were talking about earlier that Aetrex owns. It's a machine called Albert, and Albert, guess how many feet he has scanned?
Oh my gosh.
I call him he. Yeah,
he, okay.
I don't know.
Millions, I'm sure.
Albert is a he. 50 million feet worldwide in 60 different countries. Albert has scanned 50 million feet. And when I say scan, it's not just taking a picture. It's not just length and width. Yes, it's length and width, but it's also the height of your toes, the height of the arches, the pressure that's being put on the ball of your foot, the pressure that's being put on the heel of your foot. They did this intentionally to try to create the perfect insert, which now creates the perfect shoe, because that's what we build everything off of, is that orthotic insert, right? And so they give it to us in order to really make you have comfortable, give us all as women comfortable shoes. No longer do we have to give up comfort for style, which is what we did for so many years.
And as you're demonstrating on Donna, this navy blue is super limited. There's only 70 left. So get your size. We've got to start with size 5 and go all the way up to size 12.
So here it is with Donna. So Donna has, look at her ankle. Notice how her ankle is rolling in. This is called overpronation. And that means that what's happening is the floor, the ground is not supporting us. Basically, think about it this way. When our bodies were initially built, it was dirt and sand that we were walking on. So if you walk in the sand, you go to the beach, that sand comes up and fills your foot and supports all of the little holes in your body. That's not happening now. So now our entire body is getting added stress, because with every step we take when we're not supporting it properly, we're giving it more and more out of shape. It's going more and more out of function. So watch what happens to that line as I help her slide this shoe on, and it just immediately starts to support the body because we fill in all of the different crevices, and that line now goes up and down. This line is drawn to the proper alignment of how her ankle to foot to leg should be. And when you do that, This is when you reduce the stress in your body. This is when you reduce the different pressures and the pains and the plantar fasciitis and the burning of the forefoot and the ankle bothering you. For me, it's my knee that bothers me, I notice. If I go, you know, a few days without wearing my Aetrex shoes and I start, you know, wearing a high heel because I had a great date or, you know, whatever, and then I go, oh, my left knee is bugging me.
It's the truth.
And
I mean, you pay the price.
You pay the price because it starts to get everything just gets off kilter.
And your back, I mean, you know, I mean,
back, yeah.
oh, it affects, your feet are so important. If you want navy, we have 60 remaining here. If you want the cognac, we have 95. If you want black, we have about 100. That's it. And then the last call, well, champagne is flying out of here. We just dropped below 90 available in the champagne. And I love that this has got that two-tone. This is a beautiful soft shimmer. It's the only one with shimmer, so I may consider this the dressiest. And I like how it blends with the skin tone too. A great summer sandal that goes with anything and everything. And here again, you are secure in this sandal. There's something that's holding it on your feet, so you, not that you're gonna run a marathon, but you can, I mean, you can really keep up with the kids and do what you need to do without scrunching those little toes.
And we talk about not to, you know, this is a very pretty shoe. I would not recommend ruining it in a marathon, but the tennis shoes that we have that you could run a marathon in have the same signature Aetrex arch support built in them. So it is the same footbed.
Excellent. We'll talk about that sneaker coming up in just a few moments. This is a $30 price break on this adorable Claire. This is, again, this isn't the most inexpensive shoe brand because there is so much technology, cutting edge technology that is designed to support your feet and therefore your entire body.
I also love that she's a flat. It's hard for us a lot of times to find a flat with support because you need a tiny bit of height in order to get that heel protection inside of there and in order to get that arch protection inside of here. But I still very much consider her a flat because while she might be an inch at the heel, she's about a ½ inch in the forefront of the foot. So it's also not something that you're walking on the ground. So many flats that are out there are so thin, it's just sort of this bottom rubber part, and that's not supporting your body at all when you do that. So with this, you're actually getting that full support while still not being lifted so high that you feel unstable when you're walking. So this to me is, I buy a lot of shoes when I'm going on vacation, right? And then that becomes part of my wardrobe from then on out. This is that Easter shoe. This is that vacation shoe. This is a shoe you'll be able to wear all day long when you're doing a tour off of the cruise boat, but then you'll also be able to go into the restaurant in the evenings with it and still feel dressy enough in it.
It's just a nice little 1 inch, and I appreciate how every style we've talked about thus far, and perhaps the entire line has that rubber outsole, so you're not having to scuff up the the back or the bottom of the shoe before you feel comfortable walking about. So all of that being said, boy, are we busy on this one. We are down to 3 dozen left in the navy. Champagne will be the second one to sell out. These are all gonna go. There's no question about it. The cognac, we have 80. We've dropped below 100 in the black. So they're all really, I mean, they're all classic colors. Thank you. Just going to show you all the choices.
Yeah, I mean, they really, I don't think you can go wrong with any one of them. They all look, it's a beautiful, beautiful sandal. It has this gorgeous faux buckle. Again, I'm going to show it to you in the cognac because that's one of the ones that I don't think we're selling out of quite yet. I'm not sure what you said there. I kind of lost track with all the sellouts. But again, with the closures here, I want you to see the hook and loop closure. So if your ankles swell during the day, you can make it a little bit larger. If you have larger ankles, if you have smaller ankles, you can make it tighter. The same with the forefront of the shoe. So if you have a narrow foot, I always remember my grandmother had a very narrow foot and she had a very hard time finding shoes. So she found her shoe size, but she could never find narrows in them. And now with this, if you have a narrow foot, you can tighten it and it will be fine. But if you have a more wider foot, you can loosen it also, and it will also work beautifully there for you too.
And if you, like Laura and I know when I get off of an airplane these days, I don't know what happened, just the last couple of years, my feet swell.
I have the same problem.
The case, but oh, the joys of getting older.
Age.
Right,
Compression
welcome,
socks will be a friend, yes.
All right, we're moving on from Claire. That was 893472. I haven't sold out of any one color yet, but now we're starting to lose a lot of the sizes. All right, I'm gonna show you my shoe because I love them and they're so incredibly comfortable. The style that I am wearing is called the Madeline.